Come on. It's fast breaks. Listen. We back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break, throw me the outlet. We on the break, it's fast break. We on the break, it's fast break. Let's go. Yeah. Whoa. Listen. Yeah. On the break. It's fast break. Let's go.
Let's just start. Come on.
You have to create momentum. Gotta build that anticipation out there in the audio nation.
Oh God! Thanks for joining us for our audio adventure. We're Fast Breaks. That's who we are. The logo's behind Alan and Paul too. Salutations, Fast Breaks family. I love y'all, but
someone did not get a good night of sleep.
I had a lot of L's last night.
Oh, my dog, you was on the couch? Don't worry about that.
You better win tomorrow.
Don't watch
That's
that.
a fact. We better. No, I slept unhappily in my own bed. Just taking many L's last night.
I don't think we need to know about your win or loss status last night, brother.
You were a part of it.
This is
what?
This is crazy.
What are y'all talking about? I'm talking about 2K.
My name is
2K. Wait a minute. What are y'all talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen,
what are y'all talking about?
We got him.
What are y'all talking about?
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and days. My name is Pharaoh. I'm the hostess with the mostest, and you know this.
Please.
We call that man Coach Paul. That's Atlanta man. That is sad Dre. He's not wearing his crown today. Clearly is upset. And they out there like to call us Fast Breaks. Outlet.
Yo.
Brother, how are you? Are you okay?
Listen, the Knicks lost last night, and then we lost 4 times in the rec and 1 time in Pro-Am. I was very unhappy, and I went to sleep at 3 in the morning. Huh?
Why you put our business out like that?
Because we need to be better. Public accountability. If the fans know, we will be better. We will be better.
I'm not gonna lie, that one got 50.
Hey, yo.
No. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
4 shots though, so
Seven is crazy.
No, you didn't have to say the number. That was crazy. We are.
Well, if we put business out there, Dre, if that's what we do.
But I'm not putting names on bullets.
I was letting him cook because we was tied for most of the game, and then I don't know what happened.
Really were, and then we were not.
And then it just got out of hand. It's all right. I got cooked the first 2 games.
Zens are back in 2K. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's a fact.
2K was low-key giving us love, but hating at the same time because they gave us comp like nobody's business. They gave us all the killers. All the killers playing 2K last night played against us.
15. I've never seen 15 2 ways in 3 games. That's how many.
Yo.
All they have, bro. The guy that cooked me, he had 13 steals, and I only had 2 turnovers. What happened? What happened?
I was tight because we had the weakest centers we've ever seen in the night. I was
In my life.
All the guards
In my
were
life.
going
No,
crazy.
that's
That's
not
how you know too.
One game, they were getting boards like crazy.
No, that's a fact.
Oh, that wasn't my
But
fault.
it wasn't the center. That wasn't the center. That was the power forward.
That wasn't my fault at all.
That was the power forward because we
Like
corporately
I had 15. I had 15.
We corporately decided that I was going to bring the small forward version of my power forward from here on out. And these are the deficiencies I was warning about.
Isn't he still 6'10"?
No, he's 6'9", but he's a skinny 6'9", as you can see.
Yeah,
He has a 60 rebound.
The other guy got bored. The other guy gets boards. This guy does not.
That's a
get
fact.
boards.
This guy, he's designed to do 3 things. Three very specific things.
I didn't need the board. You can't box nobody. Get your strength up.
Bro, I don't know if you were watching. I boxed him. This man threw me to the sidelines.
No,
several times.
Loose ball
Yeah.
foul.
He had 98 offensive rebound.
Bro, he had like 99 with a 99 strength. I got thrown out of bounds more times than I could count. And then you were like, bro, and I'm like, bro, I'm getting off the floor, please. Please,
Like I would be
man.
totally boxed, and I'll just see this man come flying for the board, and I'm like, where is he coming from? I'm doing all the work down here.
Because I was in the infirmary.
That's crazy.
Paul,
Paul, how you feeling? Well, I already know how you feeling, Paul. You clearly did not get a good night of sleep last night. Alan, how are you feeling?
All right. I was kind of tight going to bed, but we'll go fine.
No, I can imagine. I didn't feel great. I didn't go to bed with a skip in my step. It wasn't an awesome night. All right. Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's wrap up the Cavs pack real quick. Once again,
they already got wrapped up. What you talking about?
We had a lot to say about Boston. I listened back to last week's episode. We had a lot to say about Boston because they went 1-1 again. And just like the first round, they shut us up real quick. Clearly, they're just letting these other teams get one for pride. But maybe we should not be as concerned about them as we have been.
What did Drake say? He said that's good exercise. That's what they be doing. Now,
to be fair, Donovan Mitchell was hurt the last 2 games, I believe.
Series.
Jared Allen's series. Say again?
Are they 8-1 in the playoffs?
8-2. They lost the game to Miami as well.
They did. Oh, I forgot they did.
Yeah, because we did the same thing. They lost the game to Miami, and we did all this analyzing of what they may need to do, and then they packed them boys up, and we did the same thing this series. So maybe let's have a different take.
Not me. I'll have the same take.
Sure. Who's actually going to challenge the Celtics?
The New York Knicks.
Well, let's talk about it from a Celtics perspective. They gentlemen sweep 2 series, but what are their lingering concerns, or are they on pace? Are they where they should be?
Their lingering concern is, I mean, they're on pace. They don't have that's the thing. I don't think they have lingering concerns for the way they're packing up these teams. And they're packing up teams that have, I mean, the Cavaliers don't really have that type of camaraderie, but the Miami Heat do, and they were swarmed with injuries. So in a sense, it's like one side they're an incredibly talented team, as Paul's been saying, but in another sense, they're kind of getting that Golden State treatment, where a lot of the teams they're going up against are very hurt. And we're going to see it happen if the Knicks proceed, which I'm hoping tomorrow they will. It's going to run into the same thing. We are missing a lot of key players. And the Boston Celtics are a team that will take advantage of that and will wear you out. And they have the depth to do it.
If the Pacers win, God forbid, then the Celtics would have had one of the easiest cakewalks to the finals we've seen in a long time, since the LeBron Cavs days.
Bro,
second round.
I'm actually scared. Josh Hart is actually hurt.
I believe I said last podcast it's a matter of time. Something on that man's body is going to break. But let's not jump ahead topics. Let's not jump ahead topics. Let's stay on the Celtics.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in the course of this series don't shoot the ball extremely well, but they get it done. A couple 20, 30-point games. Al Horford pops out last night with a big scoring game. He has, I believe he went crazy. He had, 22 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. That's a crazy vintage Al Horford game. Drew Holiday finally starts to shoot the ball a little better. They seem clicking. Do they need Porzingis back to win a championship?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
They shouldn't, but yes.
Nah, I think
What do you mean they shouldn't? Who are they gonna? Because at the end of the road, you need someone that's either gonna be able to take out, that's gonna be able to take on Jokic or Rudy Gobert. Forget Rudy Gobert. You got somebody that's gonna at least protect the paint and just gonna spread the floor.
Nas Reed.
Nas Reed is a big problem.
Also,
he's a big problem.
Al Horford is really old. So that's why you need Porzingis.
He is.
I don't know if this is sustainable for him.
But you play if you play against Jokic, you're not playing against speed and athleticism. You know what I mean?
Nah, Jokic wears you down, bro.
They can play fast. We see him play fast against the Lakers.
He said he's the freak of nature.
As long as he stays with Jokic.
He said he is a freak of nature. That's what he's planning on doing. He's gonna dunk a ton of times if Al Horford's guarding him.
So to give the Cavs some loves, like I said, that Evan Mobley matchup, unfortunately, Donovan went down, but they leaned into it. In their closeout game, that boy had 33.
He balled
He's
out.
the future of that franchise because
is Evan Mobley here? Can we officially say that? Like, are the Cavs optimistic that this is a great building block with Evan Mobley getting unlocked?
But I can't say he's here because I haven't seen him do that with Jared Allen, and Jared Allen's still on the team.
Why is Jared Allen wait a second. Why is Jared Allen the factor?
Because he literally does not play that well when Jared Allen is on the team.
That's what happens when you have two centers. That's why I had to get up out of there and get a real power forward.
Yeah, but you shoot, so it's different. Like you have an outside name. Evan Mobley does not, at least not yet.
But who's a better player?
I think Evan Mobley right now. I give
the edge to Evan Mobley, but Jared Allen is a problem.
I see him offensively that make him the better player.
We'll touch more on this when we talk off season, but it may be a situation with the Cavs where they have too much duplicitous talent. Is it a matter of you got to choose one of Mitchell or Garland, and you got to choose one of Allen or Mobley?
They don't have to choose when it comes to Garland and Mitchell because Mitchell's out, so choice is made for them.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's out.
It remains to be seen.
Yeah, reports say he.
What about Allen and Mobley? Do you have to choose one of them?
I think you got to choose, unfortunately, unless you severely reduce Allen's minutes and put him as. But
why can't Mobley go crazy with Allen there? Because twin tower looks work for a lot of teams. It's working for the Timberwolves, the Nuggets. Even though Aaron Gordon isn't necessarily a tower, they run a twin tower sort of look.
Yeah, because it's not a true twin tower. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I
was gonna say it's not a true twin tower look in the Nuggets, and they're a different kind of team where they're facilitating through one of those towers or presumed towers, right? So it's a different spread. It is working. You're right. It is working for the Nuggets, the Timberwolves. I'm sorry, but as Paul said, it depends on one of them having an outside game, and Cat has an outside game. He doesn't have to clog up the paint. He's a 3-level scorer. He can get it going from anywhere. So Evan Mobley has to evolve.
To develop one, if he evolves,
he needs to. Yeah, but it depends on their timetable, right? Because people are getting older and they're trying to make it run. I don't know.
They have one of the youngest veteran teams, I would say, in the league. Like a team that's been to the playoffs 3 times in a row. Their roster's still pretty young, like very young.
The thing is like, if Evan Mobley develops an outside game, then he's gonna completely change what makes him dominant. So and he's a young player. So
that's not true for Jokic. That's not true for Jokic.
Jokic he dominates the ball though.
I mean, so you're saying if he develops a more full game, that he's gonna require the ball more, instead of just being multi-useful in his touches. Mobley,
I'm saying,
he just develops.
I'm saying like Jared Allen doesn't have the diverse game that Jokic has, So it's not like you could put him at the nail and make him playmaking. Maybe they could try it, but I haven't seen him.
Or you run him like we used to do AD JaVale, and Jared Allen does what he does. He defends, rebounds, but he's not necessarily going to get offensive touches because all paint touches are going to go to Mobley. Like Jared Allen's never struck me as a guy that needs to be fed on offense. I think Evan Mobley is developing to a point where it's like, no, he's our post presence.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
and if he develops a shot, then you can continue to space with him as well.
It helps the team. I'm just saying, if Evan Mobley were to get a shot, then he wouldn't be getting the ball in the post as much as he is.
He started off when he came in from college with a shot. So what happened to him?
He's got a midi. He's got a midi.
Yeah, he hasn't progressed the way they wanted him to. They thought he was going to do all that, what you're saying, but for some reason he hasn't been that.
I mean, this was only his third year.
That's what I'm saying. He still has time.
Yeah, he has tons of time.
He's 22. He's 22. Darius Garland is 24. Right, like they're younger than even the Celtics, right?
That's crazy. I thought they were older. I was thinking because I'm
it's just because they've been in the playoffs the last 3 years. They got to the playoffs as a really young team. Oh. Isaac Okoro's in his 4th year. The only person whose timeline doesn't seem to match up is
Donovan.
Is Donovan because he's what is he?
He's almost 30.
No,
he's not almost 30. You're bugging.
27.
He's 28. He's 28, right? And
he's in his prime.
Yeah, he's 28.
But even in that, this was only his 7th year. So he's in his prime. I don't know. Maybe it's wait it out just a little bit, or he's just not quite timed up well. But maybe you get rid of him and you time up this young Garland Mobley core, which is what they had before, and you see what you can develop out of that. Maybe you develop the next big man guard elite combo. Right? We can look up in 2 to 3 years and Darius Garland and Mobley look like Jokic and Murray.
Honestly, that would probably be the wisest move because let's be honest, all this moving and all this working right now, but they're not going to make it out the East. Oh, I can't see them making it out the East for the next 2 or 3 years. I just can't.
The experience is helpful, though.
Oh, 100%. Excuse me. But, give it 2 or 3 years, they might have a better shot. Because right now, it's Knicks. If this Knicks team stays the way it is, it's Knicks Celtics for the next 3 years, easily.
I think the Bucks and the 76ers will have something to say about that, but we could talk about that in the offseason.
I don't know about Joel.
We could talk about that in the offseason. I don't think the conference is wrapped up.
No, I agree. But I'm saying if they stay the way they are, we might be seeing this more often. Also, Joel can't stay healthy. That's something we have to address in the offseason.
He was the year before.
He was for 1 year. 1 year out of how many?
True. To be revisited in the offseason.
What happened?
Somebody talking to you in the comments.
What's going on?
Oh, in the comments?
No, just YouTube comments here.
Oh, nah. LeBron's not going back to Cleveland.
He's a Lakers fan. I mean a Nets fan. He's one of y'all.
Oh,
he's one of y'all.
What up, brethren?
Well, he's from Brooklyn.
Hey, I respect that.
Yo, okay.
I think LeBron has too much business interest in LA. And also he's too much of a family man to have to travel back and forth to catch everything. Z's playing football. Bryce is still in school.
We should talk about Bryce at a certain point.
No, Bryce, I think it's gonna.
No, we shouldn't.
Not Bryce. Sorry, Bronny.
Off season when the draft happens in June, we'll talk about him.
Bryce looks more like
now that he's a pro, we can talk about him. I don't want to talk about a high school kid.
Bryce looks better. Looks more like his dad.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That man is 16 years old. That kid is 16 years old. We don't know what's gonna happen. Thunder Mavericks, are they getting packed up tonight?
This is going different than I thought it would. I'm not gonna lie.
This is going exactly how I thought it would.
I think it goes
7.
I thought the Thunder were gonna pack them up because of the way they were running. I really did.
We said it last week. This might be the best series that's still going.
I didn't say that.
I
said Timberwolves Nuggets.
Well, that is the best one. But Thunder Mavericks was looking real good.
They are looking good. Last week I said I was surprised. I'm still surprised. Not because for anything that the Mavericks are doing or not doing, but just the way the Thunder have been running through the league the entire season. I was really going off like that young. They were giving me reminiscent the 2012 Thunder with that young core that's like taking everybody out. That's what I was thinking of.
Nah, Chet's not ready for all that.
He's not, and that's what's
He's
showing.
not, no, he's not.
That's what's showing.
It's literally his rookie year. Like
I know.
I think we forget that. I think a lot of times we forget that Chet is literally a rookie.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why I think the Mavs going to win it tonight because the moment's really big for them. I don't know if they're ready for all that.
Where's the game?
8 p.m.
No, where? In Dallas or
in Dallas? Yeah.
No,
it's game 6. It's game 6, and it's in Dallas.
Oh, game 6.
Yes.
It's 3-2. It's 3-2. It's 3-2 Dallas going to Dallas.
I'm bugging. I thought it was tied.
Look at this guy.
No, Luka finally got off last game, 31, 10, and 11 on 12 of 22, 5 threes. Derrick Jones Jr. with a crazy performance. He hit 3 threes for 19 points. PJ Washington gave you 10 and 10. Kyrie, not sure. I mean, I know we said that this is an approach thing and it's working. Do we give kudos to Kyrie for pulling himself back? I mean, he only shot 11 shots last game, 12 points. I mean, when people just look at the bare stats, they're going to think Kyrie sold this series. But when's the last time we saw this where a superstar truly recognized the matchup and said,
Stephen Curry,
it's not my series, and just sort of pulled back in this way, and it worked.
Stephen Curry.
What series?
Rockets.
The last the last 2 Cleveland series where he let KD literally pull up twice in LeBron's face. That was
you're
KD's
talking about
series.
singular moments. Statistically,
No.
Curry was still. I'm talking about the entire game. I'm not talking about moments. I'm talking about for the entire series.
No, I know for the whole series. I see that as Steph Curry could have.
I will pull up stats.
I don't care what the stats. You can pull up the stats. You pull up the stats actually.
No, but you're talking about different degrees. You're talking about someone letting someone else be number one, and I'm talking about a star player literally not shooting the ball with any amount of regularity. Like Kyrie Irving's averaging like 7 to 10 attempts a game in this series. He's truly not being aggressive to score, and it's working. Some games he is, some games he's not. Last game he only had 4 assists, but he only shot the ball 11 times. So it's truly like a matter of like aggressiveness. Like he's actually not in attack mode for this series. I'm trying to think of the last time we saw a superstar recognize a matchup and not look to attack because it's not his series for an entire series. Steph against the Rockets, that's an interesting one. Was he not being aggressive or was he just not shooting well?
I think it was a little of both because they would switch everything and he wasn't getting a shot off, so he would.
You talking about 2018?
Yeah.
Bro, he averaged 25, 7, and 6.
Really?
It's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you have the same thing as Dre. Like, we've seen superstars sort of slide back in terms of like being the lead scorer or be the primary ball handler. I can't remember the last time I've seen a superstar literally scale back their aggressiveness and not shoot the ball, and that work.
I don't know if you want to count this one, but I feel like in the bubble we saw with Jokic and Murray when Murray was getting those 50-point games. Jokic was not really shooting the ball like that.
Yeah,
that's a good example.
I can remember like that. Like I can remember off the top of my head. That brings up a good point. A lot of superstars don't really do it like that.
Yeah, I can't recall the last time I've seen the second best player say, the rest of our roster has it going. The matchup isn't great for me. I'm just going to play within the team, take good open shots, and really not force the issue at all. And that's also very antithetical to Kyrie's play style. I think, like, do we give him credit for this, or do we give the Thunder credit for taking him out of the game?
We give it to him because me too, because you got to be able to recognize what's going on in the game. And also, if the result was he takes 15 shots and they lose versus he takes 8 shots and they win, that's simple math. That's simple math. Because you also have to remember whether or not he's taken those 15 shots or not, his gravity still pulls a lot of defense to his direction. So he's naturally going to open, whether he's diming or not, he's naturally going to open up a lot of opportunities for his teammates. So I give credit
Probably
to
a lot of
Kyrie.
hockey assists.
A lot of hockey assists.
Shout out to the Rangers.
Hey, I was on the LIRR after they won, and let me tell you something.
I was probably crazy on that.
Bro, it was insane. It was insane. For whatever reason, someone came on, someone wearing a Rangers jersey. I don't know if he knew like what game he just came to, but he got on the train and just started saying F Joel Embiid, and I'm like, that's not even what's happening right now. That's not. Hey, wait a minute.
Do we think they packed them up tonight, and can they do it with this same strategy with Luka being ultra aggressive, PJ Washington seeming to be the go-to dump off guy, Derek Jones on the roll, Derek Lively on lobs? Like, can they win this series with just this style, or are they gonna need a special performance from Kyrie?
If Thunder don't figure it out defensively, then they don't need anything.
I mean, it seems like this series just comes down to make shots, right? Like last game, Shea is going to do what Shea does, right? He's literally Mr. Consistency. But, last game, Lou Dort, 2 of 8 from 3, Jalen Williams, 0 of 3, Chet, 1 of 5, Isaiah Joe, 2 of 8, right? The game before that they win, mind you, only by 4 points. What do we have? Lou Dort 3 of 10, Chet 1 of 2, Giddey 1 of 2, but Chet Holmgren gives you 18 points on 6 of 9 overall. So they get him going to the rim, 9 rebounds, which is high for him, and they find a way to get it. So I think this goes back to what I asked Alan a couple weeks ago of what's more sustainable. It looks like Dallas's role players' production has been more sustainable.
That's a fact.
And so do we think they have a good game in them tonight where they make shots and they go to game 7? Or do we think the Mavericks step up, sense the moment at home, and take care of business as a veteran team?
I think the Mavs win. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's all right.
I want to see the Thunder win because I really want to see Shea make it to his first conference finals. I really do. But
I think Shea needs to get like 40 tonight. He needs to. This is a statement.
He does. He needs to explode.
This is a statement game tonight for him.
I kind of don't, because I kind of want the team to be ready, and this team's not ready. Like when they go to the conference final, they're not. Yeah, they'll get swept. I want Chet to be ready. This is a great run for experience for Chet and for Jalen Williams, but they need more time to cook and to brew up as a team. And I think the Mavericks is a perfect kind of team for them to take that lump, their first playoff lump. Like, you're going against 2 veteran all-stars and a lot of veterans who are hungry. And I think you kind of just have to learn. You'll learn sort of what execution means. Shea, you'll kind of learn what finding a new level in the playoffs is. Yeah, I just don't think they're ready. So I would hate to see a team like the Mavs, who I think could really challenge whoever's in the conference finals, not make it. I think for basketball's sake, I think I'd rather see I know we're falling in love with Shea and with Ant, but we can't forget that it's not necessarily their time. That it's Luka and Jokic's time, and so I want to see Luka on that conference final stage. And albeit he's hurt, and that's unfortunate. But I want to see this will be Luka's second conference finals, and now he has real help. No disrespect to Jalen Brunson, but I'm talking about the rest of the roster. I'd rather see that.
Yeah, imagine the Mavs and the Knicks in the finals.
Oh gosh,
I'm just saying, imagine.
Look at these Nets fans. Look at these Nets. Look at your people, Alan.
We already knew Andre was talking about the time that Andre was on.
No, not Andre. I'm not talking about Andre.
What do you say? Kyrie, nah, chill.
Yeah, that's your people.
Legend.
That's your people.
Kyrie is a Nets legend. We're not going to
That's a legend is crazy.
He is a Nets legend.
I mean, he
is
is.
a Nets legend.
Thank you for being honest. Because if you say anything otherwise, you're truly a hater. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
Really? So
They forced him.
Kyrie's a Nets legend for more than just like what happened on the court. Kyrie's a Nets legend because he literally in his last time he played the Nets, he was like he wanted to be out here. He came here because he wanted to change the culture of the Nets. He literally said, "I'm a Jersey kid. It was my dream to play for the Nets." He went out.
He brought KD there. Now that might have been a good or a bad thing, but
this guy said I'm a certified hater.
Hey.
I respect it. But yeah, KD.
Let me ask a quick question.
Keep it PG in the comments. Keep it PG. I know where that certified hater line leads to. Let's keep it PG. I was really, really trying to keep it PG.
Ew. Anyway.
Ew.
Hold on.
Quick
question. How do you feel about Vince Carter going into the Nets Hall of Fame?
Ooh,
I love it. Vince Carter.
That's a great
Vince
idea.
Carter,
Before Kenyon Martin?
Yeah, I'm fine with that because Vince Carter was the Nets legend. Vince Carter, I don't know how to explain it. Vince Carter, like when I was a kid, those were the years I was really getting into basketball. Vince Carter was so much fun to watch. He brought the whole culture to like New Jersey Nets. That whole era with him, Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson. That was a moment in time for the New Jersey Nets. That was like more fun to watch than the team that went to the finals. Like I have no problem. And Vince Carter was like,
what?
Yeah,
y'all have a low bar.
Oh no! You know what? I know why you say that. They didn't have a good time in the finals.
We didn't have a good time.
Y'all didn't have a good time.
We lost in 2 dynasties, and like we knew it going in that we was going to lose in both dynasties. So those teams are from those teams. That's a team that should win the finals because that would have been a great team to watch. But yeah, I love this. Right.
Kenyon Martin disagrees with you, but all right.
Isn't it interesting how reactive some teams are? Like I feel like some teams people get their jerseys retired and then they go into the Hall of Fame, and other teams seem to so coincidentally want to retire a jersey right after someone gets into the Hall of Fame. Because you don't want to look crazy.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, it's the Nets. There's not that many legends to dip perhaps.
Yeah, but I feel like a jersey retirement isn't just like a recognition of this player has been recognized as great, and so the team celebrates them. Like I feel like a jersey retirement is like we recognize you're great for our team, regardless about how the rest of your career went. Right? Yeah. Like Vince Carter got into the Hall of Fame for a lot more than his years in the Nets, but the Nets could have recognized his years in the Nets years ago, right? Like, and I'll be honest, the Lakers did it too. Powell got into. Wait, is Powell a Hall of Famer? Am I bugging?
I feel like
Powell's a Hall of Famer. He just got in last year.
Yeah, and we retired his jersey promptly after. So like, I get it. But we have a different standard. Like, obviously, you got to be a Hall of Famer to get up on the Staples wall.
What did Cam Martin say? Because he went to the finals that he should guys jerseys retired first.
I don't know if he said it. I think people just argued on his behalf. No, because he's a perfect example. Like, he's not a Hall of Famer, but in terms of the Nets lore, like I would think Kenyon Martin is up there in terms of Nets lore. It's tough though. I think when you're a franchise that doesn't win championships, what's your standard? Like what? Like for the Lakers, it's easy. Like if you won multiple championships with us, you might be able to get your jersey retired, right? Like Derek Fisher might be able to get his jersey retired one day. I'm not sure.
No, I doubt it. We talked about exactly that when you weren't here, Pharaoh. There was episodes you weren't here, and I think who got a statue? Shaq got a statue outside of Magic or something.
A statue is different, though. A statue is so different.
Yeah, but we were talking about like when you're a franchise that doesn't have like championships or don't even have that much legends, like you have to then set like whatever precedent it is that your team honors players as. If you're not like a winning franchise like that, like your Orlando Magic, like Shaq never won there, but of course Shaq can get a statue out there if that's what they deem is legendary for their franchise because they don't have that much stuff.
What about Richard Jefferson?
Ooh.
It's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
You mean Vince Carter's twin?
Huh?
Vince Carter's twin?
Richard Jefferson was also an all-star for the Nets, and he was on the teams that went to the finals.
Yeah,
That's true. I think he should get his jersey retired.
I want to know like his standing in the all-time things.
His net stats, you mean?
Yeah, like his standings in the all-time net stats, because that would determine it for him. Because Vince Carter has those, he has like that. You know what I mean? Richard Jefferson is tough because he had a lot of good years at the Nets, and then he ended up getting traded not too long after Vince Carter came here. I don't know. Vince Carter. I gotta do some research to see if Vince Carter deserves it.
He averaged 17, 5, and 3 in 489 games with the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all keep talking. I'll look at his all-time net stats.
Yeah,
I'm expecting to see a lot of Julius Erving.
You will.
Yeah,
You will. A Nets legend. Come on.
I don't know if Richard Jefferson deserves it, honestly, man. That's a tough one. He's like a French player on there. Because he was there as like part of like the culture, but I don't know if he has the stats to like defend that.
Yeah, but he was on the trips. He was necessary to the culture. He was part of winning franchises. You know.
Oh, I got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Brook Lopez.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Brook Lopez leads in field goals made.
Yeah, he deserves it.
He's one of the best players in
their franchise,
for sure,
without a doubt.
A very good
doubt.
He didn't play for that long with the Nets. That's crazy.
Which is a crazy because he was putting in work for years.
He's one of the best centers in the NBA.
Yeah.
Man,
Play no
Buck
defense
Williams
until he
really
went
is
to
the
Buffalo.
best player you've ever had.
That's a fact. Huh?
Buck Williams is really the best player y'all have ever had.
What years was that?
I don't know, but he got all your records.
That's mad funny. Who's the best player in Knicks franchise history?
Oh boy. Oh,
that's
boy.
a real thought.
That's a tough one.
I gotta think about that. I really gotta think about
You
that.
gotta look at Richie Guerin, Willis Reed, Clyde, Ewing. Carmelo might be the most talented, but he's not the best.
Bernard King, Melo. Oh yeah, you said Melo already.
It's tough, man. Jalen Brunson on his way though.
Ewing's up there, but I wouldn't put him in the. Would you put him in that best category?
Some people might.
I don't know.
It's tough. Like the Knicks have
that finger roll. That finger roll. The year of our birth is loud.
Is the year of your birth.
Year of my birth. I'm sorry. Year of my birth.
But nah, man. I don't know. The Knicks have had a lot of good players, man.
They have.
So it's hard. Nobody because that 73 team was a very team oriented. Like I watched the closeout game when you won the trip. They were running triangle type offense and all. They were moving the ball like it was.
Yo, so sorry to cut you off, but go back to close out this Nets point. Nets all-time scoring leaders in order.
Lopez.
Brook Lopez, which means he definitely needs to get his.
Yeah, you gotta get
100%. There's no question.
Buck Williams.
Okay.
Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Richard Jefferson.
Oh, Richard's fourth? I didn't know that.
He's behind Vince by under 300 points.
Ooh.
That's why I said my first take, my knee-jerk reaction was yes, give it to Rich.
I didn't know that. I didn't know how that was going to be determined for me. I didn't know how high he was on that list, but yeah, that's it.
So now you think yes.
Mm-hmm.
He has more minutes in the jersey than Vince. He obviously made the 2 finals runs.
Right.
But he was never the guy on the team.
He was always like
but that doesn't necessarily.
That's what I'm very surprised about the points. He was always third option at best.
Third consistent.
Well, remember Jason Kidd wasn't a scorer like that because Jason Kidd is behind Richard Jefferson.
That's true.
So maybe it's like poor memory because offensively was he not the first option?
No.
Because who would it be?
Wait, who?
Richard Jefferson.
Jefferson.
So those first couple of years when he was with the Nets, I would say
Kidd.
Kerry Kittle.
But Richard Jefferson averaged more points than Kidd.
Yeah, but you know, he's
And
a
has
point
more
guard.
total. And yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of scoring the ball, was he not the first option scorer on the team?
I think Kenyon was probably because
Kenyon Martin?
yeah,
I
because
don't
He's
think
not
he's
even.
up.
He's
Pick
not
and
even
roll.
in the top 20. He's not even in the top
How
20.
do you okay to be a first option to me? If you're a point guard, that's a lot of assists. You are the first option, in my opinion, because
But
you're the nucleus of
I'm
the
being
offense.
specific. I'm talking about in terms of
He's talking who's the best
scoring the
scorer.
ball. Who was the scorer for those teams? It was
Wait, hold
Richard
on.
Jefferson.
Wasn't Gail Goodrich the leading scorer in like?
It was a
70
very balanced
Lakers?
offense. Was it like maybe Kerry Kittle's?
Hold on, wasn't? Oh, Kerry Kittle. I forgot about him.
Maybe. I don't know.
And
By then, he
Van
might have
Horn.
Kerry
been-
Kittles was good, but his all-time average is 14-4, and he's after Jason Kidd. So I think that's what I'm saying. I feel like we don't have the right memory of what Richard Jefferson was
Yeah.
for that Nets team. He was the bucket getter.
Nah,
Gail
Gail Goodrich.
Let me see.
Gail Goodrich was the leading scorer on a team with Jerry West, George Michael, Wilt, and all those guys. Like it doesn't. It's
What
not
year
correct.
though? What year though? Yeah, that matters.
Like 72, I think, or 71.
Yeah, Jerry's run was in the 60s. So by that time, yeah, it was time for Gail.
Now
to
he
be
wasn't
scoring
washed
the ball.
in the 70s. He was not.
I'm not
washed.
saying wash, but I'm saying you got the young kid that could get buckets. Yeah, that guy's gonna lead you in points.
I don't think that's what it is. I think because Wilt was dominant his whole career.
Well,
I think
it's Wilt. That's the difference.
no, but I'm saying Wilt was on the team when Gail Goodrich was the leading scorer.
It still
can't
was
look at-
towards the end of his year.
But he
End of
was
his
dominant
time.
his whole career.
The offense, that's offense in that time was very balanced off. Like no one averaged more than 20. Like I'm looking at the
that's what I'm
stats now
saying.
for that, like the
That's what I'm
2002
saying.
year, the 02 year, one of the years they made the finals. Jason Kidd led the team with 18 points.
That's what I'm saying. Like Jason, right? So he's spreading the ball. Just because Richard Jefferson benefited more doesn't mean I'm counting him as a first option. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't that type of offense. Now when Vince Carter went over there, that's when it became that type of offense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
You
can't
know,
call
playoff stats might be different. In the playoffs, I do believe Kenyon Martin was more of the first option. And I think that's why people probably think about it. Like when it comes to playoffs, Kenyon Martin was more that guy.
Mhm.
But I mean,
Well,
what
that's what
matters? It depends on what matters, and in for your franchise, right? Like what do you care about?
enough Nets talk, man.
Enough Nets talk. That's funny. Let's go.
Let's go next.
All right, the two best words in sports. Game 7. Never. Let's talk about the Timberwolves Nuggets first. I think we all knew this was gonna go 7. That man Ant Edwards told that locker room staff in Denver.
I'll see y'all
See
game
y'all
7.
in Game 7. I think
love that
always,
energy.
There's always an overreaction to a blowout in the playoffs because it doesn't matter, right? Let's start with that. Let's be mature basketball analysts today, and we'll start with blowouts do not matter in the playoffs. It counts as one game. Sometimes you just figure something out or someone gets hot and you run with it and the other team kind of packs it in and says, we'll come back for the next game, right?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that's kind of been very true for this series. They've just traded blowing each other out. Pause.
Yo.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
Everybody getting one this game, apparently.
but this was a historic blowout.
no, it was bad.
So that does have to be acknowledged. I remember I turned on the score to tap in with the game, and I was gonna watch it because I knew it was gonna be good.
I said,
And I
God.
was like, I don't need to watch this. Like I don't. This is
No, I
This
stopped
is
watching
good.
the game when it was like a 20-something point.
And you come
lead-
back and you're like, hey.
Yeah, after
said,
you're done playing 2K, I was done playing 2K. I was about to go to sleep. I checked this. I said, well, hold on. Wait,
Hey.
because the bench came in, like the third stringers came in, and they grew the lead to like
Yeah.
almost 50. I was like,
It was
the
insane.
Nuggets packed it up. The Nuggets. And this is what I'm saying about the
Yeah,
playoffs.
okay.
Like
Okay.
like there's this in the playoffs. This year, I think this is why I give the Lakers so much credit and the Nuggets so much credit in their series, because like no one packed it up when the league got past 20. Like everyone still fought. But this series with the Nuggets and Timberwolves is more classic playoffs where, like, if you get a 20-point lead, the other team packs it up and says, well, I'll catch you next game. And the Nuggets early in this game kind of knew they were going back home for a game 7, and they packed it up. How do we feel about that as champions? Is it the smart move, energy-wise, with Jamal Murray having a lingering injury? Was it smart to pack it up, or is there something disappointing in the Nuggets sort of saying, all right, y'all got that?
It's smart.
That's not a question.
It's smart.
Like naturally, I'm inclined to say that's crazy to do, but I think it's smart when I think about it logically.
Is it smart when the Timberwolves have already won 2 games on your home floor?
If you know another game, all right. If you go all out in this game and lose, it could affect you the next game, and you lose that game too. So it's smart. Regardless,
is it a safe bet? Is it a safe bet? The Timberwolves have already won twice in your home, so whatever home court advantage you think of the security of going home for a game 7, how secure is it?
When the lead, I mean, it's not secure at all. But no, none of these situations are secure.
I was about to say,
you got to think about mentality, right? I think y'all think about physical energy. Like if they physically exhaust themselves this game, what energy did they have left for Sunday? But in terms of mentality, in terms of like confidence, this team already beat you twice in your home floor, so they know they can beat you. And then you let them roll into a game 7 with the confidence of just having you beat you by 50. Like if they lost this game, but the Timberwolves also had to gut it out, and the Timberwolves are like, dang, we had to give everything just to beat this team. They're going home. They don't now because of what the Nuggets did. I'm saying, would it have been more strategically sound to make the Timberwolves have to earn one more game than to let them feel like they steamroll themselves into the game 7 in a place where they've already beat you twice? 3 times if you count the regular season.
Let me say this. Whatever strategic advantage you get from packing it up and going to a game 7, it's no greater than completely demolishing the team game 6 and getting the rest anyway and waiting for whoever finishes the Mavericks Thunder series. You don't let a team like the Timberwolves, who have a guy he's not even hiding it. He says, I'm coming for your neck, bro. You're the face of the league. I want that. I don't care what I have to do either. I don't care. So you don't let a guy like that and a team like that, that's their road dog. That's their guy that's like leading the charge. That's the mentality. You don't let a team like that blow you out. What was it, 52, 55?
Yeah, bro.
55 in the playoffs. You're supposed to be the best player. Nah, you can't do that. Whatever advantage.
Keep going. I'm gonna jump on that.
Whatever strategic advantage you have by potentially allowing them to go game 7, I don't think it outweighs taking out a team that is slate. They're literally built to kill you. They're literally built to kill you in every facet. You don't let a team like that advance. You killed them, and you killed them completely.
It couldn't.
Can we hold on, Paul? Because I'm gonna take it to you as well. Can we start giving Jokic some best player in the league accountability?
Yeah, right we can.
Because yes, he went crazy the last 2 games, but you had to do that because you got your behind busted in the first 2 games at home. So as far as I'm concerned, you did what you had to do. So I don't necessarily give you kudos. I say thanks for showing up. No, for real.
We're paying you a lot of money.
I hate to be one of these people, but imagine like this was a LeBron or a Giannis, right? Like you did what you supposed to do.
Imagine if it was Kobe.
Let's not even take it there.
Imagine if it was Jamal Murray. Oh, wait.
No, but right. Forget Jamal Murray. No, Paul. No, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Paul, let's imagine it was Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You cooked game 3 and game 4. Thanks for showing up, Mr. Best Player in the world.
Where's Jaylen Brown? That's what everybody would say.
No, but the fact that you did that, you don't get like, oh my God, he's going crazy. It's a thanks for showing up. Right? Because where were you? Where were you game 1 and 2? So thanks for showing up. Right?
I understand what you're saying, but people would. What would happen is people wouldn't talk about like people not talking about Jokic like that. Like it's like, oh
No, they would.
okay.
They would be like, they would say, oh, Tatum, oh, Bron, like, yeah, you went crazy, but you had to do that and look in the position you're in. And then to take it a step further, you're the champion. You're the 3-time MVP. You're the best player in the world. You go
this?
hold on. You go into
Sure.
Minnesota and it's an elimination game and you get blown out by 50.
Let me say this: the media.
I don't know other players that would get let rock with that happen. And the crazy thing is, the media narrative that came after that was, "Oh, Jokic is coming."
Right.
Where was
you know
he?
Why? Because they're
Where
sweet
was
on
he?
him. They've been sweet on him for years. And that's always been my problem with Jokic, not Jokic itself. They are so sweet. This man straps up his sneakers and walks onto the court. Everyone's getting hyped. Oh my God, Jokic is doing this. Jokic is doing that. He just looks at the ball. No one's looked at the ball for 33 seconds. And it's funny that you mentioned LeBron because he's getting that kind of LeBron love. When ESPN was making up stats for LeBron, he's the first player to score 4 points on a blue moon on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Now they're getting him
because we can't act like LeBron was not probably the most scrutinized superstar of all time. We have to be honest. We have to be honest.
I know. That's why I'm going to say this. Jokic is getting all of that love without any of the scrutinization, and he's never been scrutinized. I have never heard him be scrutinized.
Paul, what's your dog analysis about Game 6?
About Game 6?
If that were the Celtics that did that, you know what you'd be in here saying. So I want to hear you keep the same energy.
No, wait, that's different. That's very different.
Let's really talk
about it. No, it's really different. You know why? Because the Timberwolves are actually on the level or close to the level of the Nuggets. The Celtics haven't had real competition all playoffs. And we're going to talk about that soon. But they haven't had competition all playoffs. Let's really talk about it.
We're talking about what your takes about them were in past years. In past years, you would say they play with their food. And I would argue in those past years, not this year, the teams they were playing were comparable. And you said you don't want to hear that because they're better. Do we want to sit here and say the Timberwolves? Do we want to sit here and say the Nuggets are not definitively better than the Timberwolves?
No, you know how weren't we the same team, the same podcast that said
they're even teams. They're even teams. You think?
I didn't think so before. I think so now.
A lot of us said we were one of the few podcasts I said the Timberwolves. All of us said the Timberwolves could be a worthy opponent and could maybe knock off the Nuggets.
There's a difference between worthy and who's better. You switching up, bro. I didn't say they're not worthy. You're switching up.
I'm not.
So the Heat weren't a worthy opponent against the Celtics last year?
In my opinion, they should have watched. What?
That's crazy.
No.
That's insane.
You know why I say the Celtics play with their food? Because they be playing food sometimes. The Heat should have been food. The Cavs should have been food.
Last year, the Heat should have been food.
Yes.
Heat went to
the way we talk about Jason Tatum and
I don't know about food, but they should have won. I don't know about food. Food is crazy. Food is crazy. You can't disrespect the Heat. Listen.
You disrespect this guy is a 3-time MVP and a champion, right?
And he walked into a Game 6 closeout game and got blown out by 50.
Hold on. But he's a 3-time MVP and a champion. Jason Tatum, a lot of people talk about him as if he's Jokic, and he's not. So if we're going to talk about him like that,
can we delve into
then we're going to hold him to these extra. Yes, play the Heat. You got a 6'8" center. They got Jimmy Butler. You got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
See, this is the thing that players hate. This is the thing that players hate. A ring cures all, and the MVP glosses over you. Because the first thing you said about him is that he's a champion and he's a 3-time MVP. But if we talk about those two players, hold on. If we talk about those two players, just in terms of quantity, who has shown up for their team more in the playoffs in their career?
Man, I don't. What kind of question is this?
Let's be real.
Joker won a chip.
All credit due. But we're talking about showing up.
We're talking about
showing up.
Okay. You gotta give the Joker, man.
He won a chip. What are we talking about?
How many times do you have to show up to win one chip?
You have to show up for at least 4 games.
At least 4 games.
Tatum had more opportunities than Joker to win a chip. Yes or no?
Who?
What I'm saying is
Tatum didn't have more time to win a chip than Joker.
No.
He was in the conference finals in 2018.
Wait, Dre, you
against
can't debate
LeBron, the greatest version of LeBron we've ever
got-
seen. That's
you're
not a
bugging
shot.
out. Paul, you're bugging
earlier
out. Paul, you're
than
bugging
Jokic.
out. Paul,
You're
you're
crazy.
bugging out.
You're
He was
insane.
going against
Yeah,
LeBron
you're
James.
insane.
He was
He's
going
gone-
against
I'm
LeBron,
saying,
Bro,
and then
I'm saying-
Steph.
if you want to look at it from a statistical perspective,
we gotta look up
Jokic,
Jokic
let's keep it a
stats.
buck.
I think
Let's
that's
keep it a
pretty
buck.
good.
Jokic hasn't had to beat anyone on the level of LeBron and Steph in his runs.
that's a
Not
fact.
one. And
That's
when he
a fact.
has, he lost. And when he has, he lost. When he played a healthy LeBron, active LeBron still in
That's
his
a
prime,
fact.
he lost.
I agree. I'm not saying that Jokic in the same position would have won. I'm just saying if we're just going off of
So then
the
don't
level,
say Tatum had more opportunities. But
but he literally did though.
That's
But he
talking
literally
out of both
did though.
sides of your
not-
face.
it's not
He
That's
literally
talking
did though.
It's empty
He literally
volume.
did.
It's
And
empty
if you wanna,
volume.
if you want to talk about the more recent years, like the last 3-4 years,
Jokic went 9 of
Tatum
19
hasn't
last
gotten it
game.
done.
Jokic went 9 of
Jokic has.
19 last game.
Period.
Jokic went
End of
9 of
discussion.
19 last game.
Say that again.
Jokic was 9 of 19 last
And guess
game.
what? And guess what?
And
Pharaoh?
had 3 turnovers.
And guess what, Pharaoh? If they win in Game 7, nobody cares because he got it done. Tatum got to get it done.
This is bullshit.
Tatum, no, it's not.
This
He
is
got to get
bullshit.
it done. Why
This
you
is
on Tatum like
bullshit.
this? Tatum got to
No,
get it done.
I'm not even riding for Tatum. I'm trying to say I can allow the Tatum take, but we have to be consistent. We have to be No, man.
Joker's got. Wait a second.
So
Joker's
one
gonna
chip
take-
absolves you
Last
of all
year,
accountability for the rest of your life.
If he doesn't listen, this series is not over.
Then why do we ever talk about Kevin Durant?
He's not.
We do.
He's not.
No,
He's
we
got
do.
2
We do.
rings. He's got 2 rings. We should absolve him for the rest of his life, right?
No.
No,
No,
obviously
no,
not. So I don't
no,
care that
no.
Jokic has 1 ring. Game 6 in a closeout game, and you go in there, you go 9 of 19, and you get blown out by 50. We gotta talk about that.
And if he
Have to talk about it.
wins in Game 7, and you still talking about it, you're a hater.
Okay, but it didn't happen
That's
yet.
right,
it
right?
hasn't happened yet.
It's Saturday, not Sunday, so we gotta talk about it.
So what do you want us to
Y'all
say?
are
What do you want us to
ridiculous.
say? What do you want?
Y'all are ridiculous.
He got to get it done
Y'all
Game 7, and then if he
Y'all are
doesn't get
ridiculous.
it done Game 7,
Y'all are
then we got nothing
What
to
were you gonna
say.
say?
Tatum
What-
not winning the chip. Tatum
And if he
hasn't won a
doesn't,
chip
and if he
yet.
doesn't, Paul, I want you to come in here and start talking about dogs.
Yes, I will. Yes, of course I will. But listen. This man is a reigning champion. The reigning champion.
So
That's
was
why I give him
Giannis.
more
And,
hate for
so was
this.
Giannis. And what did we say about him that next year? Where
Right.
did his dog
So
go
what-
in Game 7
right.
against the
Right.
Celtics? Against the
Right.
Celtics. And who
Right.
showed up in that Game 7 with a 50-point game?
Bro, I'm looking at the stats now. I can't check nothing that Pharaoh said actually. When I'm really looking at it, Jokic might have been the only player to actually show up that game. When I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, listen. I know that, but I'm leaving that. I'm putting our argument to the side because Roe want to hate on Jokers. So let's do it. Let's do it. I know that. Jamal Murray is the reason they're not doing anything right now. We know that.
Showed up when I'm looking at it, bro.
Jamal Murray is the reason. But let's put that to the side. Jokic is the star. He's the guy. He's a 3-time MVP. He has to get it done.
Agreed.
He needs to beat the Timberwolves.
Facts,
Point
bro.
blank.
Facts.
Now,
Same
what happens
way-
if he loses?
Same way, Jason
Tatum.
Tatum in the East has to get to the finals. And if the Knicks win and play the Celtics, I don't believe he's going to do it.
Repeat that.
Well, I don't know if he's going
Mr. Go Get 50. Who is actually Mr. Go Get 50 in the league?
Yeah, but it hasn't resulted in the
Anthony
chip.
Edwards.
Clearly, he's not getting 50 when he needs to. We talking
He
about
does.
chips.
He
Chips.
does every time. Every
Chips.
time he does.
We're talking
Every
about
time
chips.
he does.
We're talking about
Every
chips.
time he
We're not
does.
talking about second round. We're not talking about conference.
Listen,
We're talking about chips.
listen. Let me reinforce something we said at the beginning. This is the most important year of basketball in a long time. And let me say this:
It's a
a
defining
lot of
year.
these guys, because there's only one team that's going to make it out and be a championship, and be the championship team. And I've said this before: whoever wins this year is going to be the face of the league. But I'm gonna have smoke for a lot of people who don't end up at that podium at the end of the year.
That's
I'm gonna
a
have
fact.
smoke for Jason Tatum. I'm gonna have
That's a
smoke for
fact.
Jokic.
I can't vote for all these people. There's only one champion.
Say again.
There's only one champion. How can you have smoke for all these different
Because
people?
there's
got smoke
parity in
for-
the league. So
That's
whoever wins,
correct.
it's because someone didn't show up.
Facts.
That's correct.
Which is
He's
why
correct.
I'm looking at this year and I'm saying we got to put that kind of lens on Jokic. Last
only
year there
team-
wasn't a lot of parity. He had a cakewalk, and then he had a cakewalk in the finals.
That was
We
the
can say
easiest
that
finals
every
I've ever
year about
seen.
them. I hate
No,
that
no,
argument.
no, no,
We say
no,
about
no,
No, we
no, no.
can't. No, we cannot.
We can't say
Every
that.
year we can say that.
No, we
Damn
can't.
every
Warriors
year.
have you spoiled. The Warriors have you spoiled.
It's not the Warriors.
The Lakers didn't have a cakewalk in 2020. The Giannis didn't have a cakewalk in 2020.
No, the Lakers had a cakewalk in 2020 in the
Are you
finals.
kidding?
In the finals.
How
in
many
the finals,
how many Hall of
they did.
Famers did we go through?
Gordon.
How many Hall of Famers did we go
Number
through?
8.
How many Hall of Famers did we go through to get the 2020 chip? I want you to count it on your fingers.
How many did you go through? You tell me.
Count it on your fingers. You do it. Count it on your fingers.
You went through
First
Steph?
round, Portland Trailblazers. First round, Portland Trailblazers. Count the Hall of Famers on that team.
Food.
One.
Two.
Who's the second?
Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, that's
That
true.
was
But
his
even
last
old
good
Carmelo
year.
Anthony.
That was his last good year. He
He's an
averaged
old
20. He averaged 20. He
Catch and
averaged
shoot
20.
Mello. Catch and shoot Mello.
Food.
What are
Catch
you
and
talking
shoot
about?
Melo is
He was
something.
mid-range post up in Portland. Y'all have bad memories,
Oh
bro.
my God.
He
Y'all
was. He
have
was.
bad
For a little-
memories.
he was.
Come
he was.
on,
Not as
man.
much
Like
as
that.
other
Come
Knicks
on. He
players.
Not
averaged
as
20.
He did not average no 20 points on the Portland Trailblazers
In that series?
No,
in the series. I don't know about the series. I know he wasn't averaging
They
20
they
damn
focused
points.
on Dame and they double teamed Dame and the Trailblazers couldn't adjust. They double teamed
Okay.
high on the court.
Second round. Houston Rockets. James Harden and
They went
Russell
through
Westbrook.
Food.
But James Harden.
With
James
With
Harden
no
is-
feather.
James Harden is.
So now
a-
we moving the goalpost. So now it don't
I've
matter.
been
no,
said
no,
that.
no, no,
I've
no,
been
no,
said
no,
that.
Now Hall of Famers
I've
don't
been
matter.
said that.
So now
I've
Hall of
been-
I didn't
Famers
say
don't
that.
matter.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't
They
say
didn't
that. I
have a
didn't say that.
feather.
James
Wait,
Harden
had
is a
eight-
serial choker.
Which
James
team
Harden is a
scared you,
serial
bro?
choker. and we
Which
know
team
it.
scared
We
you
know
that
it.
year? Which team scared you? Out of all the
Being
teams you talking
scared,
about,
being scared is a different
which team
analysis.
worried you the
When my
most?
team is good, I don't fear anyone.
Which
period.
team were you worried about the most?
When my team is good,
And by the
I
way-
don't
Who
fear
about the most?
anybody.
And by the
Ever.
way,
Ever.
Jokic was not at the same level at that point. He was not. Just simply no. He just simply wasn't.
I didn't,
Yes.
I, you see, I didn't
Was
know
that
the
not
goal
was
there.
that not was that not his first MVP year?
Jokic was the base.
But that doesn't mean he was at the same level he is now.
It's Bubble Jokic was different. I don't
Come
care.
on, man. What are we talking? Jamal
Bubba
Murray was
Murray
shooting
was
50
different.
balls every game. What are we talking
Bubba
about?
Murray was different.
What are we talking about
Jamal,
right now?
Jamal Murray was different. Jamal Murray was different. Jokic was not there
That
yet.
was pre-ACL Jamal Murray.
I know. He was on the way.
And then we go
And he
get
got
the
hurt.
god Jimmy Butler. So no, there was not no cakewalk.
Listen,
Mickey Mouse chick. Talk about the Rockets. I'm glad you said the Rockets.
listen. I love Jimmy Butler, but right now he's just a
I know
doorman.
seven.
He's opening the door to the championship for other teams.
The
He's not
Rockets
going
are
in
starting
himself.
Listen, I don't want to stay on this, but I just want to
Let's
say if we as a podcast don't have the integrity, if they lose this game 7, I don't want the analysis to just be they lost game 7. I don't care if Jokic has a 40-point triple double in game 7. If they lose that game 7, I'm pointing to him in game 6.
100%. No, I'm with you.
Because-
No,
100%.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Why?
I'm
That's
doing that.
crazy.
I'm doing that.
I'm looking at what he does in Game 7.
That's ridiculous.
I'm looking at both. I'm looking
That's
at both. You don't let.
ridiculous.
I'm looking at
The
This
you
is-
had
man
a,
was up 3-2. And you're the champion, reigning champion. This is a young
was
team.
down 0-2.
And you go into Minnesota, you go 9-19 and get blown out by 50, and we're gonna ignore that because he had 40 points in game 7.
why you don't talk about Jamal Murray?
Why?
What are we
Wait,
supposed to
time
do?
out. Wait, hold on.
Isn't he
Hold
hurt?
on.
Isn't he
Hold
hurt?
on. I'm
Why
gonna
are
turn
we-
on
what are
you.
we
I'm gonna
supposed to
turn
say
on you.
about
I'm gonna turn on
Go
you.
ahead, let's do it.
I'm gonna turn on you. When Jaylen Brown plays well and Jason Tatum plays poorly, you want to talk about Jason Tatum. If Jamal Murray plays well but Jokic doesn't, you don't want to talk about Jokic.
Is Jaylen Brown and Jokic equivalents now? Are they equivalents on the team?
What?
What is? I'm not the only one that was confused
mean-
by that question, right?
No,
Wait,
you mean
say the,
Jaylen
ask the
Brown.
question again. Ask the question again.
When Jaylen Brown plays well and Jason
Right.
Tatum doesn't,
Secondary player.
you want to talk about Tatum not stepping up. If Jamal Murray plays well and Jokic doesn't, why do we
Right,
not
because he's the
talk
best
about
player.
Jokic?
Go ahead.
Why do we not talk about Jokic?
That's barely happened.
Like accountability wise, actually, I'll put it this way: if Tatum and Brown both don't
That's
play
barely
well,
happened.
hold on, listen. If Tatum and Brown, I'll put it different. If Tatum and Brown both don't play well, which player do you want to talk about?
Taylor.
So if Jokic and Murray both don't play well, why are you talking about Murray?
Wait. What was his stats again?
Disagree because you think he didn't play well. That's
Wait, what was this? Allen, what was this?
Hold on. No. If Tatum and
10
Brown don't
points on
play well,
22% from the field.
if Tatum so if Tatum and Brown both don't play well, you want to hold accountability on the best player more, Tatum. If Jokic and Murray, which they did, both don't show up in that game 6, why do you want to talk about Murray?
Well, I want to talk about game 7, but I'm saying game 6. Hold on. Game 6. I'm saying Jamal Murray has consistently not showed up in the series. He's only had a few good games. That's
so
why.
It's Jokic.
Listen, I'm on the record saying if he doesn't win game 7, regardless of if he gets a 40-point triple-double or whatever, I'm talking about him. But I'm not looking at game 6 because, like you said, blowouts don't matter in the playoffs, right?
Yes, but it's this fashion of a blowout.
It matters when the best player in the world doesn't show up. That matters. The score doesn't matter, but it matters in terms of why did you not show up?
If he wins game 7, then it definitively doesn't matter. So that's why we talk about each game individually, right? That's why I'm saying game 7. You're trying to go hard for game 6. It's game 6. Joker didn't play well.
Because the story is going to matter. When the Heat won against the Celtics when they were down 3-2, what game did we talk about the most?
Game 6.
When the Heat won against the Celtics when they were down game 2?
in 2012, when the Celtics were up 3-2 on the Heat.
Okay.
And the Heat won in 7. Which game do we talk about the most?
Yes, we talk about game 6. However,
why? I want you to tell me why.
Because we believe that was a defining moment in the series.
That's what we believe about this series.
Why? Hold on. Why? Keep going.
Hold on.
Why?
Hold on.
Why was it the defining game of the series?
Listen. I'm not disagreeing with you.
No. Answer my question, and then we can move on. Why was it the defining game of the series?
It was the closeout game. That's why. However,
and what happened?
You're talking about this series like it's over. That's what's getting me tight. You're talking about this series as if it's over.
But
listen, we gotta see what happens in game 7, man.
But here's what I want to know. Like, what makes Jokic not show? Like, why do you think Jokic is not show up in this game? Like, I'm looking at the stats now. I don't think this was a bad game.
9-19.
This is not a choke to me. 9-19 is not a bad field goal percentage.
No, it's not a bad field goal percentage, but it's what I was saying in the beginning. Well, he also had a terrible game. He only had 10 points on 22% from the field.
Hold on. What standard are we holding people to now, though? Come on, it's the best player in the world. I don't want to hear 48% from the field for 19 points is not showing up. Come on. That man is not a role player. That man is not a role player. He's not a top 10 player. He's a 3-time MVP and the best player in the world. That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
The whole team got neutralized by a better defensive team.
I don't want to hear about the whole team. They just gave him a third MVP.
Look at the game he got neutralized. The whole team got neutralized.
Oh my!
That's a fact too.
This is what I'm talking about.
No, but he's right. He's right.
No. We would not say that about another 3-time MVP. We would not. We would not say that about Kobe. We would not say that about Mike. We would not say that about Jordan. We would not say that about Burr. We would not say that about Magic.
They're not on their he's not on their level. He's not on their level. He's not on their level. He's not on their level.
You know why we're saying that, Pharaoh? Because there's a game 7 that has to be played. That's literally the only reason why we're saying that.
And this is why I harken back to
literally the only reason.
If and when the Nuggets lose, okay?
No, I know.
All the takes I've had about Jokic for the last couple of years, I'm having smoke with that man.
My point is, though, what I'm trying to set up for next week's pod. Hold on. Listen, what I'm trying to set up for next week's pod is if they lose game 7, y'all are gonna say as long as Jokic shows up, he's absolved.
No,
I disagree.
And I say that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No,
but Paul said he don't want to talk about game 6. I'm saying if Jokic has a 40-point triple-double and loses in game 7
on this podcast than Paul.
Hold on, I know, but y'all seem to be agreeing. If Jokic has
incorrect, you're not listening to me.
All right, so Trey, if Jokic has a 40-point triple-double in game 7 and they lose,
I don't give a damn.
Are we not going to talk about game 6?
I am going to talk about game 6. I've been talking about game 6.
Okay, thank you.
I've been talking about game 6. You can't average Michael Porter Jr. stats in a game where you're supposed to defeat the team that's designed to kill you. I feel like that's exactly what I said in the very beginning of this.
Listen,
I feel that's what I said in the very beginning of this.
In my opinion, This has been an evenly matched series. The Timberwolves are living up to what we said that they would live up to, the expectations that we
Correct.
put on them as a podcast, right?
Correct.
So therefore, in an evenly matched series, right? You get blown out at home. You're down 0-2 in your first 2 games at home. Then you win 3 games straight, right? Then the Timberwolves put it on you in a game 6 in their home. I'm saying, okay, game 7 is the defining moment. This is an evenly matched series, and we have a game 7. So if he has a 40, hold on. So that's why I say
We got to move on. We got to move on.
If he has a 40-point triple double and he loses, he needs to get 50. That's my opinion. It's game 7.
If he plays
50.
well and they
Just
still
go
lost,
get 50.
if he plays well and they still lose, game 6 was the defining game of the series.
If he gets a 40-point triple double and he's turning the ball over the last minute when it's a close game or something like that, and they lose, we don't care about the 40-point triple double.
No, but you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying if Jokic does everything right and the Timberwolves simply just outplay them, game 6 is the defining game of the series.
You know what, though?
Because you shouldn't have even been in that position. You shouldn't have even been there.
But you know what's highly unlikely for the 3-time MVP? That he does everything right and they lose. You know that's unlikely. He's that nice. Let's not act like he's not him. Jokic is him.
That's a fact.
Then what happened?
He's not wrong.
Then what happened?
What happened? We have a game 7 to find out. We have a game 7 to find out.
No, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. But I'm on so much smoke. I'm on so much smoke if they lose that game.
Well deserved.
Don't give Cat his flowers, man, because he's been doing his job.
All right, there's one more game 7. I
don't know.
First of all, I have several things to say to you, Paul. One, you still owe me 100 push-ups.
I got you. I got you.
Drop it, give me 50. Drop it, give me 50. Drop a 50 bag in the spot for the pod.
That's whack music. So go ahead.
Second, where were you after game 5?
Waiting on game 6.
Where we didn't hear from you. Pod audience, this man was nowhere to be found for any basketball talk or analysis after game 5. So I want a game 5 and a game 6 breakdown.
No, game 5, my fault. Game 5.
I want a game 5 and game 6 breakdown, sir.
What do you want a game 5 and game 6? What do you want that for? What are you talking about? We got a game 7, man. Look.
Talk to me.
The Pacers. Okay, let me say this. So Andre said it's going to be Knicks Celtics for the foreseeable future, and that's just simply not true because we don't know if Joel is going to stay, right? We don't know if Donovan Mitchell is going to stay. I was of the mentality that he's gone, but it's looking like.
Are y'all hearing where he's going to go?
There's nowhere for him to go. There's nowhere for him to go.
We said this months ago.
Right. And now the Knicks are like the one destination that he wanted to go to, but we're not gonna just give up who we have for him, especially as a 2 guard. So that's why there are reports saying he might actually stay because he has nowhere else to go.
I mean, he can always go to the Nets, but
we know where he's going.
Well,
Kendrick Perkins told us months ago.
In the East. I'm talking
Kendrick Perkins told us months ago where he's going to go.
You were talking. Forget that. You were talking about Trae Young. Get out of here.
I had my guard wrong. I had my guard wrong.
Anyway,
I don't want to hear nothing about
I
that.
said, or it could be him, and y'all said, nah, he's going to the Knicks or staying, and then we got off it. But I did bring his name up. I said it's either Trae or him. I said that.
I said he might go to the Nets. He still might go to the Nets and play with Mikal Bridges.
The Pacers are going to be a problem for the foreseeable future as well.
I can tell you that
right now.
They're a good
right
team.
now,
They're a very good team.
I still think the Knicks are better, even injured. But right now, the Pacers look like a contender at home.
I told you that.
Once they figure it out, once Tyrese specifically figures it out, I pray to God he doesn't figure it out in Game 7. But once he starts to figure it out in playing away from home, then they're gonna be a problem. Now we're talking about like 50 wins and all of that consistently for a few years and all, right?
They got a champion on that roster.
Yeah, all right. So do the Knicks. Shout out Dante DiVincenzo, man.
Matter of
Anyway,
fact, they have two. They have two.
OG too.
OG
have-
too.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
yeah. They keep sleeping on my team. Anyway, so yeah, game 5. What happened in game 5? See, the thing is, I'm erasing these games from my memory, so I gotta think back. All right, the first 2 games at home, we won. The next 2 games,
Oh, my
we
fault.
lost.
I did mean game 4. Yeah, game 4 was the one where you went quiet.
Right, yeah.
They won
Game
at home.
Yeah, game 5.
Game 4,
Jalen
you were
Brunson went
super
crazy.
quiet. You were
Game
super
4
quiet.
was a very depressing game,
Yes, it
but we
was.
gave it back to them in game 5. All right, like you said, and Jalen Brunson said this too. Blowouts do not matter in the playoffs, so therefore, that's why game 7s are so important, because you squeezed out all the adjustments that you could make. You made all the moves you could make. You know what each player is gonna do. It's just about it's gonna be about
And
who's
they
the
get
best
it
player.
done.
Yeah, who's the best player? And I think Jalen Brunson is the best player.
He is.
People forget. People sleep on when there's a blowout and the best player starts to get a little hot, but it doesn't matter because the game's out of reach. Watch that. That happened in game 6.
Yes.
Jalen Brunson started making some shots. Right? So now we're going home. We play better at home. The Madison Square Garden hasn't seen a game 7 in 30 years or 31 years. Right? It's going to be crazy. Pascal is going to choke. What else?
What?
Pascal is going to choke.
What's your take on Halliburton?
Halliburton is not going to get it done. He's not going to make all them long threes.
Or this is his coming out party.
No.
I want to see.
And-
Listen, the
Wait,
energy,
can I ask a question? Can I ask a question to Dre
Sure.
and Paul? Is
Sure.
there no like generational trauma you feel with having to watch a Pacers jersey in
Shut
the
the
Garden in a game 7? Like that doesn't awaken like a deep seated little fear.
Don't talk to
Like
me.
Yo, I'm not even. I'm not going that far. I'm
wait,
going-
hold on. With the skinny light skinned boy with a funny form.
What did Josh Hart say?
Does that
What did
does that
Josh
look-
Hart say?
Does that look familiar? Does
What did
that
Josh
look
Hart say?
familiar at all?
What did Josh Hart say? Because I'm saying that to you.
I'm just saying, deja vu.
Because remember what Josh Hart said to Reggie? That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you.
Listen, look.
Vu.
I'm not going back that far. I'm not. If God forbid we lose to the Pacers again, because they're the team that ended Carmelo Anthony's run in the. That's what I'm talking about. 2013.
It's the Pacers.
That's what I'm talking about. 2013.
That's a fact.
It's always
This is
them.
revenge.
We better
It's
win
always
Game
them.
7.
It's Pacers.
I don't
and
care.
Bulls.
Josh Hart's not healthy. Win Game 7.
Can I
Win.
say this? Can I say this?
I don't
Nets
care
Nation,
how. Win.
Can I say
Oh,
this?
God.
Nets Nation, I love you. Thank you for having me all these years.
Wow.
But win or lose Game 7, I'm back. Win or lose Game
but that
7,
means-
I'm
This
back.
is disgusting. This is nasty.
No, but you can't leave though. You can't. You can't.
No.
That's
Win or lose.
disgusting.
Win or lose Game 7, I'm back.
That's
So
nasty.
your feelings about James Dolan just out the window.
That's
No,
nasty.
Jalen Brunson and the Villanova Knicks have overcome those
I
feelings.
told you.
Boo this man.
I told you.
Yo, tomato. Yo, comments. Tomatoes in the comments. This is disgusting behavior.
That's nasty.
Listen,
This is
Listen,
You
disgusting behavior.
feel right about what you did? You think
This
that's
man,
right?
this man saw Kyrie and KD, and he said, "Ooh." As soon
That's
as
all
they're
right.
gone, he saw Jalen Brunson. He said,
it's
"Ooh."
not as soon as they're gone. It's
Politics.
not as soon as they're gone.
It's
not
literally as soon as they're gone.
they've been gone for a minute.
No, they
They've
haven't.
been gone for yes, they have.
No, they have not.
The group chat about to
This
friends
is
up.
literally the
That's
first
alright.
full season. This is literally the first full season without any of them.
Paul doesn't
That's
have
a fact.
anything to say to
You are a bum. You are
Paul doesn't have anything to say to
you are a bum. This man had one season with the team with no superstar. He said, absolutely not. He said, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm not gonna do this again. Absolutely not. Oh, there's a superstar over there? Bet.
Listen, I said win or lose.
When Mitchell comes, I do not switch sides again.
That's
Don't
fine.
do it.
That's fine. That's
When
fine.
Mitchell comes.
Stay on that side.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, the Nets are still my East Coast team, so Yeah, I know
That's
I'm
okay.
rocking with y'all.
Nah, I got nothing but love for that franchise. I got
No,
nothing
you
but love
don't.
for that franchise.
No, you
Yes,
don't.
I do.
No, you don't. No, you do not. You sound like KD when he left OKC.
Oh,
Yo, that's crazy.
I got nothing but love for that franchise. I grew up there. We had a lot of good times.
Y'all were home to me when I felt
there's
like I had no home.
But there's superstars over here. I gotta go.
There's a superstar over there, not stars.
Shout out Jalen.
Jalen Brunson is
be one of the all-time great point guards in NBA history.
yes, he is. Yes,
Well,
he
you
is.
gotta do it a little longer. He gotta do it a little longer.
You will.
He gotta do it a little longer.
You will.
Or he's just
Oh,
Derrick
it's like,
Rose.
yeah,
Or he's just Derrick Rose.
Honestly, I get the same feelings from him that I did from Derrick Rose. I'm not gonna front.
There's a reason why I said that. We said that last pod. Like I said, that's what I'm
that last
saying.
pod.
Derrick Rose had some of the greatest playoff runs I ever seen in my life, but he's got to do it a little longer, or else he's Derrick Rose.
Watch what that man does in Game 7, man. Watch what he does in Game 7.
I hope
Like
so.
I said,
I'm conflicted because I want to see Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. Actually, I would like to see them go a little further. I think this is lit, but I also feel like the Pacers right now, because of all of this injuries, just as a basketball fan, I feel like that would be a more fun matchup. You know what I'm saying?
No,
The
I want to
Celtics-
see the Knicks go because I want it to be New York versus Boston K. I'm always here for that smoke.
So wait, hold on. So you rooting for the Knicks?
That would be lit.
no, he's rooting for
I-
Boston. You're not
I'm
listening.
rooting.
No, let him talk. Let him talk.
Excuse me.
You're rooting for Jason Tatum, which means you're rooting for Boston.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Did he
He talks
just
too much
put?
sometimes. Let
Did he
him
just
talk.
put-
Let him
did
talk.
he- yeah, did he just put rooting for the Boston Celtics on my jacket?
Yes.
How
Who
dare
you
you?
rooting? So you're rooting
How
for the
dare
Knicks?
Are
you?
you rooting for the
How
Knicks?
dare you? I'm rooting against the Celtics.
No. So that means you're rooting for the Knicks.
I'm a
That's
Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan and a New York resident. It's Boston K in everything.
So that means you're rooting for your hometown.
I just would love the opportunity for it to be my hometown versus the Celtics, so I could truly be like Boston K.
So if you're Boston K, what does that mean?
Boston K. I'm a Jalen Brunson fan.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm a Jalen Brunson fan.
where it's gonna take a long time with this one, but he's getting it.
Never in life. Never in life.
He's getting it.
My
He's getting
Boston
it.
K-ness is from my Lakerdom. It's not even from my New Yorkness.
I feel
It
like
is
it's
from my
that's
New
crazy.
Yorkness.
I feel
It
like
is
it's
from my
from
New-
your Yankee though.
But they
No, it's
nah.
my no. I have New York smoke for Boston for sure, but that's why being a Laker fan is so convenient because I still can be like Boston K. Like, yo, final points. Any final points on the Nets? Not the
Celtics
Nets, on
faces
the
will
Knicks?
not be a better series
At all.
I
At all.
disagree.
At all.
At all.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see
That's
that.
a-
because the Pacers don't play physical like the Knicks. Let me say
There's
this.
also there's no emotion in that series. Like New York, Boston, like
There's
the
a good
emotion in that
offensive
series
team.
would be
I
so
don't think that'll
fire.
be good series. They're a very good offensive team. Against-
Bro, if it's New York, Boston, there's gonna be assault charges in both arenas.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We're beating the Celtics.
No, they're not.
We're
We'll
beating
talk about that. We'll talk about that if we
Ooh.
need to next week. We'll talk about that. We need to next week. But
Yeah.
final point, Paul. First of all, I do root for my home team in basketball, and that's where I'm about to get off this pod and go to right now because real New York basketball is back.
Nah,
Yeah.
the Liberty are nice.
Thanks to the Knicks.
Sabrina is the king of New York.
Hey,
That's crazy. That's crazy. Jalen's got something to say about that.
Home opener,
Jalen.
Caitlin Clark. I tried to warn you, Caitlin. Caitlin, I tried to warn you. Listen, I love you. You've done a lot for the game. You're a trailblazer. But these women are not playing with you.
Playing with her.
They're not.
Nah, they're
They
dead
are
not
not
playing with
playing
her.
with. Thank you for
They're
getting us.
dead.
Thank you for getting us charter flights. Thank you for the salary cap. Thank you for the charter flights. Thank you for the salary cap. Thank you for the upcoming TV
Nah,
deal.
they dead smacked her.
But you not coming in this paint and you not doing all that dancing in threes. We make our living off this. It's
Let's see,
different.
bro. Let's see. Because
They better let her get the TV deal first.
It's a fact. Let her get
it's
that
only,
TV
it's
deal.
only 2 games so far. So let's see.
Well,
Do
she's
y'all
coming
think-
into Barclays and she about to find out what the real New York sounds like in Barclays. Apologies to Nets fans, but y'all don't. Real New York do not show up to Nets games. The real New York show up to Liberty games, and it's our time. We back. This has been
Look at-
Fast Breaks. We
Look,
out.
wait,
Light it
wait,
up.
Wait. I gotta say one thing. Draymond Green, Chuck, Jack. Who else? Who else said something?
They on your heads if y'all lose. Y'all know that, right?
I know. I gotta thank y'all.
We never hear the end of
I gotta thank y'all because all your
trust me.
That's fine. All your negativity has pushed me home, and I just want to say this: when we win, stand on it. Everything you're saying, stand on it.
Bro, you really do not feel like nasty with yourself?
Yeah, gross. Anyway, like I said, New York stand up. If you a real one, you meet me in the Barclays in 30 minutes. Light it up!
The WNBA sending the script.
Alan, you're supposed to cut it while I'm lighting it up.
I thought he had one more thing to say. That's my
So the question, let's respond to the YouTube comment, man.
No, I don't want the script. Kaylin got to get out the mud like everybody else.
All right.
That's a fact.
All right, go ahead, bro.
That's a fact.
Light it up!
Come on. It's fast breaks. Listen. We back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet.